Hi guys, welcome to the session. We're going to discuss some of the most commonly used idioms and they're going to be very useful for you guys. So let's get started. The first idiom is curiosity killed the cat, which means being too inquisitive, where you keep asking, "Arey, what's up? What's happening? This, that." Where you're too inquisitive, it can get into trouble. Or too much curiosity can lead to dangerous situation. So it's used to warn someone not to ask too many questions about something. For example, I say, when he started asking too many questions of his neighbors about their whereabouts during the weekend, they warned him that curiosity killed the cat. Or you can say, he refused to answer any of our questions regarding where he spent his vacation, saying instead, curiosity killed the cat. Where are you going all of a sudden? Hey, listen, watch the video. And then you say, ma'am, curiosity killed the cat. So the original expression was, care killed the cat. It wasn't curiosity. Originally, it was care killed. However, later on, we made changes and this care, it changed to curiosity. So where care was used to denote worry or sorrow, later we have curiosity. All right, guys, moving on to the next one, which is cut corners, which means to do something in a cheap and easy way. To reduce extra expenses, economize on time, money, material, effort. Perhaps it's unwisely. It isn't something one should go in for. For example, it is certainly not sensible move to cut corners with national security. Or somebody says, when the boss found out that the accounting department was cutting corners, they fired them all. Or for I say, to fill out the bill of credit card this month, oh, I have to cut corners. So the idiom was used in 1800s. It's related to rounding a corner instead of taking a proper route, using short distance from one end, going from one end to another. So from there, it changed to using shortcuts. And the next one is cut the mustard, which means look at this guy out here. To succeed, to come up to expectations, to be competent enough. I mean, look at him. He seems to be competent. To be up to standard. For example, that boy wants to be the captain of the team. But does he cut the mustard? Or I say, I need a bigger knife for these large fruits. This one doesn't cut the mustard. Or I say, he was a great player, but he retired some time ago. We'll have to see if he still cuts the mustard. All right. So this originated in America. This phrase originated in America. However, why mustard is used as reference to this phrase is not very clear. We are not very certain about it. But we are certain about the next idiom. Devil's advocate, which means one who presents a counter argument. Look at these two. They're fighting. And the other one comes and says, hey, I've got something else to say. That means one who puts forward argument against a proposition. Even if they may actually agree with it, simply to test validity of the proposition. I put it easy. A person who disagrees with others solely for the sake of having a discussion. Oh, no, this is not there. Just because you want to discuss, you want to make a point. You want to present a counter argument that I'm intelligent enough. For example, I say, I agree with what you say, but I'll play devil's advocate so that we can cover all possibilities that may arise. Or I say, the plan is good, but I'll play devil's advocate so that we know what the opposition can say. Yes. Or I say, I'm sick of playing devil's advocate with everything I say. You are just doing it to be argumentative. So, this was used to declare that a person who's died was a saint. Earlier, this phrase was used, especially when it comes to Roman Catholic Church. So an official was appointed to argue against the declaration that about a person that actually he was a saint. So the entire thing was done to properly justify the merits of the candidate, that no, he was good enough, that's it, we shouldn't blame him. So officially it was known as devil's advocate. So that is where it comes from. Its origin is from Roman Catholic Church. All right, guys. Moving on to the next one, which is don't count your your chicken before the eggs have hatched. Or you say don't count your chicken before they hatch. Either before the eggs have hatched or before they hatch. Which means do not count on something that has not happened yet. Or don't expect all your hopes to come true. Or don't base your plans on a future event happening. Don't be so assured of something. We don't know if that's going to be true or not. So don't make plans based on a good thing happening before it actually happens. For example, you say, before committing to make the payment, wait till you receive the money from the bank. Don't count your chickens before they hatch. Or I say, why not wait till you get confirmation about your flight? Aren't you counting your chickens before they've hatched? Or I say, you may get the job, but don't count your chickens before they hatch. Wait till you get the offer letter before you throw the party. Okay, guys, moving on to the next one. You're not a very talented actor, so don't give up the day job and pursue it as a hobby, like you really like it. All right, guys, moving on to the next phrase, which is idiom, which is don't put all your eggs in one basket. Which means don't make everything dependent on one thing. Or don't depend for your success on one plan, single plan. You need to have plan B. One can also say that don't concentrate all efforts into one area. So one should make sure that you do not put all your resources into one thing. Not at all. This should not be done. For example, I say it would be better if you apply to several companies instead of just one. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Or I say, he was able to recover from his losses because he didn't put all his eggs in one basket. Or I say, why are you putting all your money into one company? I mean, it's always said, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Okay, guys, moving on to the next one, which is drastic times call for drastic measures, which means extreme circumstances can only be resolved by equally extreme actions. Which means in a difficult situation, it is necessary, it is important to take drastic actions. Which means when you are extremely desperate, you need to take equally extreme actions. For example, after the company had posted losses for third or fourth consecutive year, the board decided to replace all its top management. After all, drastic times call for drastic measures. Or I say, when the prolonged recession forced him to shut down his business, James decided to sell groceries to make ends meet. I mean, he wasn't able to survive, to feed his family. So drastic times call for drastic measures. You know, it was used by Greek physicians that for extreme diseases, it was basically related to diseases. That when you have been infected by extreme diseases, extreme methods of cure, as a restriction, they are most suitable. Which means desperate diseases must have desperate remedies. If there's a disease, so the remedy has to be equally desperate. Okay, guys, so alright, guys, the next is Elvis has left the building, which means the show is over. It's all over. It's over and done with. The end. Or the party is over. Finished. Ended. It's used to refer the end of public show or an event. For example, I think we delayed coming. Elvis has left the building. Or you can say, what are you waiting for now? Elvis has left the building. Or you can say, the event manager told me, I'm sorry, you're late. Elvis has left the building. And my reply was, why? Why the Elvis has left the building so soon? The show was supposed to end at 10 p.m. So the expression was used back in the days at the end of every Elvis concert to let the fans know that there would be no more performances and they need to go home. Now it's used more widely to show that someone has made an exit or the process is complete, the show is over. And that brings us to the last idiom. Every cloud has a silver lining. There's something good in everything that's bad. Every negative occurrence has a positive aspect to it. Some benefit can always be derived from a bad thing that happens. For example, I say, though he had failed his exams, he realized that every cloud has a silver lining. As now, he could focus his attention on things he loved doing. Or I say, I know that you are not doing well in your job and you are stressed out. But don't worry, things will be better soon. Every cloud has a silver lining. Or, even though he lost the match, he had gained the experience. and was now more confident. Every cloud has a silver lining. So that's all from my end, guys. In case you like this, please do let